Hello everybody, my name is Retros. Mobile gaming over the past couple of years has seen a massive jump in popularity since their inception. The last time that I can remember it was as popular as it is right now was back in the 2010s. You know when this and this were popular? Remember that? I do. They're my childhood. But as of recently, I have been harnessing my inner weeb, and as of doing so, I have found a new type of mobile game to waste away in. Gacha games. Being able to not only have exciting gameplay, but collecting dope anime characters and cute waifus, sign me up! Now, I've played many different types of gacha games in my time, from the big name noticeable brands like Dragon Ball, Bleach, and One Piece, to the random stuff I find on Instagram that looks interesting. Today, I will be talking about the latter of these two, a game that I can argue is probably one of the best gacha games I've played in all time. If you're one of my friends, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't shut up about this game. That's right, today we are going to be talking about Alchemy Star's Aurorian Battle. I just wanted to come on here and talk about the game since they're doing a content creator video challenge over on their Twitter. And I thought, what better opportunity to talk about this game that I have sunk days of time and effort into. And maybe even a little money, but that's not important, To start this shameless attempt of being noticed by a big company, I found this game how I find most of the weird games I play on my phone. Through Instagram. I remember scrolling through memes at like 1 a.m. when I stumbled upon an ad for Alchemy Stars. I thought it looked interesting and decided to sign up for the early release when it was going to come out. And then I forgot I pre-ordered it until it actually came out. The next day, I loaded up the game, let it download, signed in, made an account, and played the tutorial. And I have to say, the gameplay was something like I've never really experienced before. In most gacha games, they follow one of two main gameplay styles. 1. Matching colored objects, or 2. Pressing anything and everything that blinks on screen and make the anime women go brr. Alchemy Stars took that first format and gave it a very different spin. Instead of matching colored orbs mysteriously floating on an empty plane, it had a board with tiles of colors as well, but it felt like you were actually participating in the gameplay. You were able to match the tiles how you wanted, instead of just clicking a couple spaces and then watching 3 minutes of cutscenes before your next turn was gonna go. As the player, it felt like you were actually participating in combat rather than just watching it all unfold before you, which is really nice when the gameplay is supposed to be one of the driving factors of why you play the game. After the tutorial, it did its normal gacha things, explaining everything and anything about the game that the player would need to know to properly operate it. But in all honesty, I thought all of this stuff was unnecessary. The hub was super organized. Like, just by looking at it, I knew what everything was, where to find everything, and how to do everything. With most other gacha games, I end up Googling how to find X thing in X game, but I never needed to do that with Alchemy Stars. I really could just see it right there in front of me and roll with it. It was all perfectly laid out for me right there. And following one big gacha trope to the next gacha trope, it gave me enough summoning tickets and Numamber, which are the materials you need to buy items and summoning tickets, to last over my wallet for a couple weeks. Summoning on the release banner, I end up getting a 6-star unit named Serial, who's perfect in every single way. I don't care what you say, I'm never taking off my team, she's perfect. On later summons, I would get characters like Danya and Area, who would just sit on my team to fill the void of the 5 characters you need to go through the missions until I get arguably better units and roll through the story mode like it's a thing to do. Now, using the most ragtag group and arguably most broken team in the game, don't come at me, I proceeded to roll through the story mode like it was a thing to do. And in running through the story mode, I was able to grind up enough tokens to summon on the game's second event banner, which included a character named Hiro. After trying her out in the event tab, she seemed really interesting, so I said, why not give it a shot? Which, may I add, how fantastic that is, that instead of just blindly summoning on a banner, the game gives you an opportunity to actually test out the character to decide whether you want to summon for it or not. That's fantastic. I love that idea, that I'm not just wasting my stones trying to get a character that I ultimately will never use because I don't care about them or they're not as good as I think. That's amazing design, especially in a gacha game of all things. I saved about 40-ish tokens to summon on the banner, which is enough for 4 multi-summons, in hopes that I at least get one of this character. So I loaded up the banner, pulled back on the summoning board, and prayed to the gacha gods that I got her on the first try. I got her on the first try. I just felt shock, and then relief, and then joy. I mean, you pulled the banner card on the first try. Good job. I then proceeded the 90s TV training montage her, Serial, and my newly acquired Connolly shortly after to max level, and then awakened, and then burned through the story mode like it was absolutely nothing. After beating the story mode, I would just proceed to grind up my character's level, their weapon attacks, all that kind of stuff, and building up my team more and more every single day. Saving up summoning tickets for the new events, trying out the new characters when they'd come out. It was just a smooth ride. I never felt like I never had something to do in the game. It felt like there was always something new you could go for, or new you can achieve, and especially with all like the side mission stuff and all the other quests and stuff they give you during the events, it really never feels empty on content, which is another great thing in a gacha game, because I find myself with most end up dropping them after like 2 months because the gameplay becomes repetitive or it becomes stupid even, but I've never felt that with Alchemy Stars. It always feels fresh, it always feels interesting regardless of what you do, even though you're doing the same thing, matching colored tiles every single time. During the new events, I never ended up getting any of the cool banner units. The only one I was actually able to pick up was Revi during hers, and her abilities actually busted, so I'm very happy I got her. But one more thing I really enjoyed about the game is the art. I understand, gacha game, it's gotta have an anime type art style, that makes sense. But there's something about the art style in Alchemy Stars that just makes it so interesting. Like, in the hub world, you can have your characters static, or you could set them to be animated and have effects coming off of them, so they're not just sitting PNGs, they're moving PNGs. So, since I'm talking about the art style, I will now quickly count down my top 5 characters that I think look the coolest. Number 5, Leona. Number 4, Revi. Number 3, Narazel. Number 2, Bethlehem. Number 1, Toru. But there are easily like a bunch of other characters I could put on this list, and I could go on. The art style is just so amazing. I love how it looks. It's great. It's great. As of right now, they're doing a crossover event with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid for their half-year anniversary, which, may I add, I have every single character except one from. Sorry, Serial, you're gonna have to move to the side. I have a new best girl and her name is Toru. But what do I think of the game? To be 100% honest, I love it. But what do I think of the game? To be 100% honest, I still play a couple more gacha games other than this one that I've sunk a lot more money into, but I think that says a lot about Alchemy Stars, where I've sunk maybe a quarter of the money that I've sunk into another one of those games. I've never felt obligated or the need to spend money in Alchemy Stars because you're able to get everything just by playing. Items, upgrade materials, even summoning tickets are like freely given out to you each week. So it's never like you need to spend money unless you really want to upgrade your characters to the max level. but it doesn't hold you behind any paywalls either, so you're able to freely play however you'd like. They do have an event pass, as is a trend with most games nowadays, and I have bought it twice out of the 6 events, I believe. I think that's wrong. But I can say that both times that I've bought it, I felt like I've gotten my money's worth. It's a upgrade system. There's a basic one and then a super one. And with the super one, you get skins, you get better items, you get all that kind of stuff. And it really does feel like I'm getting my money's worth out of that pass. Every summon on banners I've done hasn't been from spending money, it's been from me grinding and getting rewarded for grinding, which is something I can really appreciate, is when your work gets noticed and you get rewarded for it, which makes summoning characters and getting the characters you want all the more better, because it feels like you're the one who got it instead of you were just kind of given it because you spent enough money. I think Alchemy Stars is a big step in terms of recent gacha games as well. With new ones coming out what feels like every single week, and capitalizing on new big name animes and trends and all that kind of stuff, it can feel oversaturated, and the want to find something special and unique kind of builds on you. And thankfully, that's what I found with Alchemy Stars. It takes an old gacha trope and gives it a new and fresh take. The summons never feel rigged or skewed against the player in order for you to spend more money for more summons. And the game has enough cute anime girls to fill over a weeb's waifu addiction for years to come. Thank you everybody so much for watching this video. I know it's a big change from what I normally post on my channel, not being a game video or something related to whatever Nintendo. I really just want to come on here and talk about this game that I enjoy so much. Like I said, I highly recommend it to anyone who wants to try it out. Like I said, they are doing a crossover event right now, so you'll get a bunch of goodies and free stuff. I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? Free stuff in a gacha game, that's like top tier stuff. Not even for like a year thing, for like a half year thing, that's like top tier stuff. Tour Dog Studios. Thank you so much for giving smaller content creators like me the chance to win, like, not just win something, but be able to come on here and talk about a game that I really enjoyed so much. Having any opportunity like this is fantastic. So one more big thank you to Tordog, and one more big thank you to you guys for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help me out. Wish me luck, and have a great day, everybody. Bye.